And we're live.
We're
y'all.
live. Hey,
we
y'all.
are down to the last second today. There has been a lot going on.
So much.
Y'all are going to see in Friday's video that we've got some new things coming out, and
Exciting changes.
it has been already, which is kind of funny because we have just started this show, but y'all are going to get to see what the new changes are, and we're actually excited about them. At first, maybe not so much.
Yeah, change is hard sometimes.
It is.
I think especially when you get to a certain age, I don't know, it makes me, I don't know, it's harder to move forward and not to go back, you know. But
you feel like you're running up against walls, and it's like, okay, I'm a little over this. I'm ready to do something else. But it's going to be a little bit of a change. It's not going to be a lot. We are still going to have book club on Wednesdays. The name is going to change. I guess it's okay to go ahead and tell you guys that.
Yeah, if you're here, once you get here, please say hello when you come in. But you get first dibs on the changes. You get to find out all about all the tea that we've been drinking.
Absolutely. We found out from the people that have been training us. Hey, Anitra, it's so nice to see you, my friend. We found out this week from the people who have been trying to train us in YouTube that our name is not going to work for several reasons. One is because there is another channel that is called Fabulous 50. It's not Fabulous 50 Plus, but it's Fabulous 50, and she does exercising. Yeah. And we knew that when we tried to search our channel that it was pulling up all these exercise videos. Hey, Katrina! And so what Justin, who is our trainer, what he said is, your name is never going to work. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to meet with him before we got this started because of different things going on. But he said that it's way too similar to the other channel. The other channel has over 2 million subscribers.
I know.
Catching up to that would be, it would be amazing.
What does that tell you? Hard. People over 50 really need to exercise. I fall in that category myself.
Too, absolutely. So he told us that we needed to rethink it, that we had too much going on, and that we need to change our name. So
a lot of it is to do with the algorithms. We use that word. To me, that's like a cuss word on YouTube, right?
Pretty much. It feels like one to me.
Yeah. YouTube has not caught up to, they want to be the next, well, they are the most highly streamed service right now, but it's like their algorithms really need to catch up to that of what people want, and they're not used to people doing more than one thing on a show, basically.
That's true. So we're streamlining, and y'all are going to see this Friday, and we also are rebranding Crafting Cousins. We listened. Y'all told us that you didn't want us to throw it away, so we didn't. So tomorrow we are going to have a video coming out on Crafting Cousins telling you all about what we're going to be doing.
I think you already changed the name on there, didn't you?
I have changed
the
name.
I went and looked. So again, y'all get the scoop. If you come for the book club, you get the scoop.
Absolutely. You want to tell them what the name of that one is?
Okay. We changed it to Fabulously Made Home.
Yep.
I got to get used to the new name.
I know.
Fabulously Made Home. So we can do all of our cooking and all of our crafting, and all of that will be back over there.
Product reviews, anything that has to do with the home, we're going to put there. Right. So Crafting Cousins is not that, well, the name is.
The name is done, but we'll still be two cousins crafting.
That's right. And we're still going to be giving y'all those crafts. We're going to be doing seasonal DIYs and stuff. But we are going to make it not real time, but we are going to slow it down for people who have always said that they just couldn't follow along and stuff. So it's going to be a little bit different. We are going to still have those recipes, and we've got some delicious recipes coming up.
We worked on 3 today.
Yes.
So what we're basically doing, and like she said, we're going to streamline this channel. Did we say what this channel is now?
We didn't.
We didn't. And you probably noticed when you came in, you were thinking, I don't think I'm at the right place, and that may have confused some people why we don't have a lot of people here right now. But it is
Forever Fabulous.
Yeah, instead of just Fabulous 50 Plus, it's just Forever Fabulous.
Now, Fabulous 50 Plus is still our home. Yeah. And our website is still Fabulous 50 Plus. And Fabulous or Forever Fabulous and Fabulously Made Home are going to fall up under that. So thank you, Anitra. We are too. It took us a minute because especially me, y'all, I have a hard time with change sometimes. But I took a few hours and I was able to bake on it because Kay was busy with something and she couldn't go over what I had found out. And once I baked on it, I was able to start researching and we worked together. Mm-hmm. And Forever Fabulous hopefully is not going to be so confusing. Y'all do not know how many messages we got from people saying, well, I'm not 50. I don't fit this.
Or I'm way past 50. It's like, me too.
And it's like, and I would always say, but we're the plus because I'm past 52. I mean, I'm 58. I'll be 59 this year. So we would tell them, you're the plus. We're the plus. But now it's Forever Fabulous. So it is going to fit right in. We are going to have a new logo. We still have plenty of these shirts. You see, we're still wearing these shirts, but I am working on a new logo. We'll get there as
run a
well.
Fire sale.
Yeah, I think fire sale sounds good. Maybe $12, $15 or something. Yeah, just get rid of them.
Cost. And just sell them and go. And then we'll make some new ones to go for the new thing. Because I still will wear mine anyway. I love it says Fabulous 50 plus because I like thinking I'm just 50 plus when I'm really 60 plus a tiny bit.
All right. Okay, well, now I see that we got 5 people in here, and I was just kind of running my mouth because it took me right up to the last second to get the live set up. So we were giving people time to get here, but now we can jump into our book. Y'all, I am so sorry that we missed last week. I was sick. I did not feel good. And I had a Whatnot show this morning, and I was telling them that the warmer it's getting here in the South, I can feel my body is not reacting well to it.
I'm glad we're not doing a lemonade stand.
Me too.
My body's
it's just not reacting well to it. I've been having a few issues, but I'm getting worked out. I will get there. I feel better. I think I'd also maybe picked up a bug or something because I just was not feeling well. But for the new groups on Facebook.
Oh, but you're in the right place because even before we were reaching audiences like basically around 39 and up, because one lady kept saying, I'm over 80, but I like to watch you. And I was like, please do. You're just the plus. But now it won't have any age associated with the channel. And I think that's going to be a lot better.
That's right, because we're all forever fabulous.
Yeah, forever fabulous.
We did not want to drop the fabulous. Yeah. We love the fabulous part. So we did a lot of research and happened up on Forever Fabulous. And we're excited about it. Now, according to AI, ChatGPT, which we use to help us with different things, it says that we're going to have to do a lot of marketing because that is a common phrase, even though there's not another channel with that. Mm-hmm. So if y'all can help us market, we would appreciate that. If you tell your friends about us and push us out. The picks for the new groups.
We haven't started a new group yet on Facebook. It's going to stay just forever. Fabulous 50 plus right now. So if you were in the Crafting Cousins group, it became Fabulous 50 plus. So it is still there. You're still in there. And it's just, we've got to go back and probably post some stuff, and then it'll show it on your
You're talking about on Facebook? We have not changed the name on Facebook
We
yet.
Can't.
It won't let us because they'll only let you change a name every 60 days.
Yeah.
And we had literally just changed it. Yeah. But you also have to have Facebook's permission to change.
You do.
And I have not looked at how many pages there are with that name, so they may not allow us to.
Yeah, we don't know
that many. We may have to keep it Fabulous 50 plus, but our website's going to stay Fabulous 50 plus, and it is our home. That's where our home is. Yeah. Everything else kind of falls up under it.
It's kind of like an umbrella.
It is. Okay, so let's get into the book, y'all. I am so sorry about last week. I hate that we missed the discussion because I was all caught up on reading and I was excited to see where Finley was going. Still a little ticked at Sloan. I think I still feel like she's a little selfish.
Well, we've gotten right at last time, chapter 5, and maybe at the end of 5 or the first of 6 was when you open up and you see that Grandpa and Sloan already know each other. It's not news to her that he has come to town. So that was like, wait, what? And then I asked Trish, how far ahead have you read? We had both read to about 12 before, and we're like, I still don't know what else is going on at that point. Of course, once you get to 20, you already know.
Yeah.
But it was like, they're in cahoots with each other. It turns out later on he mentions that, or she does to him, and they talk about how that he got with her and helped her when she's in prison, I guess, or whatever. Maybe he was supporting her financially, writing her letters. He was, trying to help her to get through that time in her life. But it's like, oh.
Well, you can kind of understand it,
Yeah.
because she had messed Finley up so bad by destroying her life that Finley wasn't there for.
Well, she was there in one way because she was taking care of the baby.
She did take care of her child,
Yeah,
but she was protecting herself. She could not be there for her emotionally.
Did you notice at one point too, you find out that not only did she lose the job she had because her sister took the truck and crashed it and all the stuff,
like over $100,000.
Yeah, she lost her fiance too.
Yeah,
they briefly mentioned that.
That's because she took Aubrey.
Oh, that is true.
He wasn't ready for children.
He wasn't ready.
And so she lost her fiance. She went in massive debt, which is why she's having to live with her mom. And that was all because of Sloan. And that's why I don't understand why Sloan is not more humble.
Sloan is, what we call it in the South? Sloan is a piece of work.
Yes, she is.
That's what we say. She's a piece of work because I think she's a little bit narcissistic. Do y'all think that? I mean, she is, I don't know. She's all about Sloan.
Yeah, she is. And but again, going back to the grandpa thing, I kind of understand why she probably reached out to her grandpa, because her mother's never been reliable either. I mean, she left them when they were children. And so but now her mom did go see her in prison and took Aubrey to see her every weekend.
She did.
Because Aubrey mentions to Jericho that it was scary when she went to the prison.
Yeah, which is crazy that they took her, honestly, but she wanted to see her mom. But you wonder if the mom is always just barely telling the truth in just about every situation. So I'm wondering if we're not going to find out something even past chapter 20 of something heinous she's done. Like, for instance, as we get closer to 20, it was either 19 or the beginning of 20, we find out Finley comes home unexpectedly. Remember, she had an accident and she needed to change her clothes and get back to work. And she walks in and there's Grandpa. And he looks 10 years younger. He has not stooped over. Doesn't have a walker. And he's carrying the laundry down the stairs in a really good mood. He forgot to put on all that makeup he had been putting on to make him look sick. And she's like, really?
Well, see, we knew that before.
Right.
Because when he was talking to Sloan, he was she said, how you think they're going to feel when they find out that you're pulling their leg, basically.
And how does she feel? She feels betrayed.
Of course. Well, by everybody. Everybody.
It's like, does she have anybody in this dysfunctional family that will help her? And they all are about themselves, and maybe they're all about Sloan. They feel sorry for Sloan. Poor Sloan. She's an alcoholic. But I don't know.
Well, how shocked were you that Sloan relapsed on her 1-year anniversary?
Yeah, that part made me mad. Actually, I was like, Susan Mallory, come on now. Couldn't you have done it just a little differently? You weren't surprised?
Because
the day,
I've had people in my family who have struggled with those kind of things. And so when you're reading it and you see what she's thinking about how I'm healed, I'm not like everybody else. Yeah. I've went a whole year without, I can take one drink and I'll be fine. That is how they think. Yeah. Because they don't want to let it go.
Well, it was like hitting 1-year mark was going to be this magic, this miracle. It's like, if I make it to 1 year, I'm healed.
Yeah.
I mean,
it wasn't that way.
No.
It's not that way.
It's not that way.
I mean, I can honestly say I've never been addicted to anything other than sugar. Now, I'm
sugar. And I admit that's probably, not nearly as bad or as difficult to quit. And I can't even quit that because I just love a little sugar. I'm just going to be honest. So, and also Coke Zero. That's kind of too. But that's my worst addictions is the right word.
So I guess for me, it always has been because, I told you guys in one of our podcasts that my mom and my son struggled with addiction, and I never understood it. I would just get angry. I've always been angry.
I find myself getting angry at this book, and I picked this book. But I have read this author, and I love this title, and I read the jacket, and I thought, this is a good book to start with. But, man.
It is a good book, especially for someone like me who has dealt with it. Yeah. And honestly, Kay and I had some dysfunction growing up as well in our family. Yeah. I think all families have some kind of dysfunction. Let's just be honest. True. Nobody's perfect. If they tell you they are, then you just need to look closer. But it does make you angry. I get angry for Finley, just like I get angry for Jericho. I think that his family's doing him wrong.
Yeah, we hadn't talked about him at this point.
No.
We've got, Mom is still pushing him, of course, to be the best man, and he kind of gives in on that. And then what do they start? They want him to do the bachelor party. And it's like, really? He's got to do the bachelor party.
He got his other brother, his best friend, to do it for him. And he was like, it was so funny to me when he was talking to Finley, and he was like, we don't like him, right? Or we don't like her.
Yeah,
maybe it was her.
Yeah, and her talking for sure. So
it was funny.
So at least he's got help in that way, because he's like almost like an adopted brother. He lived with them some, so he is taking care of Jericho, right? And he's on his side. At least somebody that is close to him, that's kind of family, is on his side and has his back.
Well, I think his mom understands and she loves him, but she wants her family back. Yeah. She doesn't like the split, and she wants it all to be better, and it can't be better. I mean, how would she feel?
Well, she wants it back the way it was in a lot of ways, right? And it will never be that way. Yeah. Now, you could have some sort of family togetherness or whatever, but it's never going to be the same. I can't even imagine.
Well, and the fact now that I cannot think of the ex-wife's name. Is it Lauren? What? No.
Yeah, that sounds right, Lauren.
I know she's married down on the characters, but I know she's got long red hair, and Finley thought she was beautiful.
Yeah.
But she's a piece of work too. And she didn't want to get pregnant with him, but now she's pregnant, and he's supposed to be happy about it.
But do you wonder if she really is? I promise I had read past chapter 20. This is just me speculating, because y'all, I'm keeping up with y'all. I'm not getting ahead, because I know I would let the cat out of the bag. But I keep wondering, she's such a dual character. She's such a little, a heifer. That's what we say.
She's a heifer.
She's a heifer. I mean, she took her husband's brother. I mean, she's a heifer.
Yeah, but now she can't even let good enough be good enough. She wants him back too, because she got to keep him hanging on that.
Yeah, because I think she's having regrets.
Lauren, thank you, Katrina.
Lauren.
Thank you. Yes, I thought it was Lauren. She's so insignificant to me. It's hard for me to remember.
I don't like her.
I don't like her either.
I'm struggling with her. But she does things like she starts texting him, and he's like, what is this? I mean, Lauren, we're over.
She even went by the job site.
Yeah, she went by the job site and tried to see him. And so he talks to Finley about it. Finley's like, you need to be careful. She's up to something. She wants you back. And he's like, we're divorced. She's married my brother. She doesn't want me back. And she's like, yes, she does. I know women, basically, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we know how women act, because we are with it. But now we're not all alike, because I would never. Well, number one, I would never cheat. But number two, I would never do that.
Yeah, no, I would never cheat. Then when they go for the tux trial, and this is kind of close to the end of the 20, she sends him a message. You need to go, Jericho, and get your tux fitted. And you need to go, I don't know, it was like 2:15 or something. And he's like, well, okay. And so he shows up, and the guy goes, you're 15 minutes early. And he goes, I know that's the time she gave me. And next thing you know, there she walks right up. It was 15 minutes early. She did that on purpose so that they would run into each other right before his brother got there. But then luckily the brother does show up a little early, but I just want to, she's like one of those people, I just want to punch her a little bit.
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I would
You wanna
not.
throat
I would
punch her.
not punch anybody in life, but I do kind of want
might.
to punch
She
Lauren.
won't, but I might.
She makes me want to throw a hissy fit.
She is.
She's
She is a heifer. She wants her cake and eat it too.
yeah, she does.
She wants to keep them both,
Yeah.
and she's probably and this is my reflection. I'm not sure if this is true, but I think when she was at the dog trailer and Jericho was in there with Aubrey and he was
Yeah.
taking care of her and they had bonded, and then Finley comes in, I think she kind of realized that there's something brewing there and she don't like it.
Yeah, and does the book tell us, y'all? Did I miss this? Do we know what the brother does for a living? How does he make his money?
I don't
So
remember seeing that either.
Yeah, and so the Jericho runs the family business. He inherited it from his
Yeah.
father, right? And the father died a lot younger than he thought he was going to. And so Jericho gets that business a lot earlier in life than he thought he was going to. But what does the brother do?
Katrina, do you know? Have you seen it? I don't remember seeing it.
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering, because maybe she starts to think, oh, yeah, somebody else is going to get that gravy train and all that money and blah, blah, blah. Because I don't know if she's receiving
She should
alimony or something. She
She
shouldn't.
cheated.
She
should not.
shouldn't.
It ain't fair that she got all the furniture out of the house. Now he got to keep the house,
Yeah.
but she got the furniture.
It even talks about she took both desks or something. I
Yeah.
guess there were 2 desks in the office. She took hers and his or something. And he basically says to Finley, he says, I don't care. I told her she could have whatever she wanted. Because apparently, all that feels tainted and it feels like it's all bad memories to him. But
Yeah.
at least he does start fixing up the house and his buddy starts bringing in new furniture.
She says she
in
forgot.
20. I forgot too. I can't, if anybody knows, let us know what his occupation is, because I'm thinking, does he make as much money as his brother? I don't know. Maybe that's part of the problem.
Well, she's a lawyer, so she
Yeah,
makes
she
good
is.
money herself.
She is. It's true.
Because
But that's why I figured she must have
Jericho put
got
her through school.
alimony, right? She's a lawyer,
Mm,
and she may have gotten alimony. Lawyer knows how to fight all
maybe
that
so.
stuff. But if you get married, that goes away in any
Yeah,
state.
that's true.
It goes away. So I don't know. Maybe her law career is not going as well as it looks like. I don't know.
It's going to
So,
be interesting
It's going to
to
be
find
interesting.
out.
We only have 9 chapters left. So,
Oh, yeah, we're getting close.
yeah. So 21 through 29 is what we
I
got
promise
left.
y'all I will try to stay well so that we don't have to miss another week. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that, no, he doesn't?
He doesn't pay her alimony. Is that what you mean?
Oh, okay. I wouldn't think so,
Or he
because
doesn't?
I think she did try to just kind of slink
Maybe she
away with
did.
her tail between her legs,
Yeah.
because she knew she was wrong. I
Yeah.
don't see a judge giving her alimony because of the way things happened.
Sounds fascinating. Find the next book in eForm. Yeah, Anitra, the weird part was the eForm book, like for Kindle, was more expensive than just ordering the paperback on Amazon. That was so weird to me. That
Yeah.
the paperback was really cheap. I got mine at a store called Ollie's and Trish's for like $5, and it's the hardback. Online, the hardback's about $25, and so was the download. That was so weird.
Anitra, if you
Paperback's
see that
cheaper.
it costs a lot for I would look at some of the like we've got a Second and Charles. I'd look somewhere like that,
too.
or the library or something.
Yeah.
I like the book fine. I wouldn't pay $23 to read the book.
No, I wouldn't. And we always give you our honest opinion of it. It is a great book for putting me to sleep at night. And y'all, I love to read, but I will read about a chapter and I'm just like, my
eyes start burning.
My eyes start burning. And I don't have time to read during the day. I'm busy. I'm working right now. But at night, it does kind of put me to sleep. But I am interested in these complex characters. And, if you ever, when you were taking high school English, it's like this whole progression that goes up to the climax. And then you got the denouement and the story goes downhill and it resolves itself. And usually there's one big central problem. With this one, I've been trying to figure out what is the big central problem with this one. It's like, there's the dysfunctional family is maybe that the whole crux and the problem of the book, and maybe everything just has all these little problems to go with that. I'm not sure. Usually, there's one big thing that is like, oh yeah, That's a problem.
Well,
We gotta
there's
get everybody back
definitely
together.
dysfunction in the family whenever
Both.
you've got things with Sloan and Finley, and then you've got that added element of Aubrey. I mean, I do believe Sloan loves Aubrey. I do.
I do as much as she's capable.
As much as she's capable.
I do.
Addicts have
She is a
hard
very
time.
flawed character.
Yeah, addicts have a hard time, but I do believe she loves Aubrey,
Mhm.
and I know Finley loves Aubrey. So that you, and then you've got the
I
whole
didn't think
thing.
you did either, Katrina.
And then you got the whole thing with the mom. You know, she left them when they were children with the grandfather, and
Yeah.
she kept coming back and forth.
So
And then
Sloan,
the grandfather who left them again.
yeah, it's like her mom. You know, she leaves. So when you have dysfunctional families, I read this thing where they had studied identical twins, right?
Mhm.
And they were twins of a parent that was an alcoholic. And they noticed that most of the time, one of the twins became an alcoholic and one of the twins went super straight and wouldn't touch the stuff. And they did like a study looking like, is it gene related? Is it this related? Is it just being in the home? And they said they really couldn't make a determination. It was just how that person set their mind to be. It's like I saw dad was an alcoholic and I knew I didn't want to be that way. So I went the total different direction. And the other kid says, well, all I ever saw was dad being an alcoholic. And what do you expect? That's the way I turned out.
Well, my three grandchildren, they all have the same father. Two of them have a different mother than the other one, but you can see it with them. Like one of them is so determined that he'll never be anything like his father that he has went so far. And I mean, he is just, he's so hard on himself. And then my granddaughter, she's very driven. And sometimes I worry that she is too hard on herself. But then the youngest one, he seems determined to be just like him. I love him. Which I love my son, but you know.
But there's plenty of time for him to turn around.
There is, and it's very odd how children can be raised the same and turn out completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens in every household. Well, I mean, it's really the same with me and my sister. I love my sister to pieces, but we are complete opposites. The two of us would probably make a whole because we are so completely different in everything. And so I can see it. Everything, you know, it's how a lot of it is choice. It's how you choose to look at things and how you choose to live your life.
Yeah.
My biggest thing with this book now is I do want Finley to find happiness. I want Jericho to find happiness, and I think they're going to find it together.
Well, in chapter 20, they find some kind of happiness. I'll just say that. I didn't know that was going to be in the book either. Sorry, y'all. But at least they find intimacy, shall we say. And so they have their first date, and it leads to a lot more. And they both seem to be pretty happy, but they don't seem like, she doesn't want to call it a relationship or anything. She doesn't.
Well, she's been burned.
And she's not ready for that. Yeah. And she says he's not ready for that and that kind of thing. So that was interesting. So by the end of 20, it was like, oh, okay. So we really are a love interest, but we're not accepting that part of it yet. We'll see.
Well, again, as someone who's been there, been through a divorce, know how hard it is.
Yeah.
I
wonder if Susan Mallory didn't go through
it's
divorce.
a little hard to give that trust back once you've been there.
Yeah.
But okay, so that leaves to question. I see there's 5 people in here. We have 9 chapters left. Do y'all want to split those and do part 1 week and part the next, or do y'all want to power through and finish it up by next week? Y'all tell us.
Yeah, you're here, so you get the vote, and we'll just announce it after that. So
absolutely.
If everybody just let us know. Either we need to just finish that 9 chapters and power through, or if not, I mean, y'all, I'm going to tell you the truth. I have an index card in my book, and I write down different things from different chapters, and I wrote down the characters and what I thought about them. But sometimes I take that index card and I move it down line by line so I can power through this book. And I'm a reader. It's not like I read all the time. Usually I read on my phone, right on the Kindle app, and I will read 5 books a week. Easily.
I have always loved reading. My thing with reading, though, was I let it take over.
Yeah.
Because once I really get into a book, I will finish. All right, ladies.
Okay.
All right. So 9 chapters next week.
9
we are
chapters.
going to finish this book. I do. If I'm really into a book, I will forget everything else.
Yeah,
I don't
used
get
to be
anything
like that.
done. I just read and I'll stay up almost all night because I can't put it down. But over the last few years, because I've been doing so many other things, I kind of laid reading down.
Yeah.
So that I wouldn't ignore my other things that I needed to get done. I think once I really give into it, though, I'm almost like an addict. Once I give into it, then I'll go back to reading the way I did. But I have struggled in this book, and that just tells
So
me.
maybe this was the good book to pick, right?
Yeah,
I did not cheat. I can tell you all that. I did not go past 20. I was like, man, if I can make it to 20, I'm going to be lucky. So we will power through. We'll do 9 chapters next week. And we'll just power through and finish it, y'all.
Yeah.
And then we'll hopefully make an announcement next week, which book we'll follow up with.
And y'all can see that everyone here, we've got one that didn't answer, but all of the other 4 ladies
they may be watching on TV.
And they may be, and they said, let's finish it. So we are going to finish it. We will meet y'all back here next Wednesday, and I will make sure I get it set up ahead of time so that I'm not running in at the last second trying to get things done.
And if you didn't come in right at the beginning, we made some announcements at the top of the discussion, and we feel like a few people that normally come in for book club aren't here because they may have gotten confused because we changed the name of our channel, but that was due to the experts and the algorithms and the powers that be. Yeah. And so instead of I can't remember the old one now. Fabulous 50 plus. We're now Forever Fabulous. And if you go back and re-listen at the beginning, we talk about why and how that's going to make it more searchable now. And we also talked about our old channel, Crafting Cousins, which has been rebranded as Fabulously Made Home.
Yes. And what that's going to mean on this channel is the Friday show where we had everything packed into one. It confuses YouTube. YouTube doesn't know how to handle it. It's funny because when I was talking to Justin, I told him, I said, we're trying to be like an old variety show. That's what we had in mind.
I always think of Martha Stewart.
Yeah. And he said, well, it's a good idea, but YouTube can't handle it.
They're not there yet.
So, they were like, they just are not there yet. Y'all are ahead of your time. You need to split that up. Yeah. So he did make a good point where he said that people normally come to the video for different things. Right. Some may be coming for the chat, for the fellowship, for the community. Some may be coming for the crafting or the recipe.
Oh, and we should have said that on Old Crafting Cousins, now Fabulously Made Home, we will go up every Thursday. And the things we took out of this channel, we put into that channel. So we took the cooking and we took the recipes and we took the products. Yeah. What do you call reviews or whatever? And
basically the lifestyle part.
The lifestyle part. That's the word I was looking for.
It's all into there. Little lifestyle. He said as long as it blends with what we're talking about. And we've got a couple things coming up we're really excited about that will blend that way. So we'll be able to add those in. But for the most part, it's going to be on the home channel.
Which will be on Thursday.
Yes.
And then that will point you right over to this channel for Friday. So we'll drop Thursday night and Friday night, just 2 different channels.
And then on Monday, we'll still have the podcast where we dive deep into whatever we were talking about that week. And, we want to hear from y'all too. If there's a subject you would like us to cover, let us know. Kay is so organized. She's got almost a year of shows, but we can kind of
we can tweak that because I'm already thinking of those.
If y'all got something you would like us to cover, we've got some subjects coming up that we're real excited about though, and we can't wait to talk to you guys about it. And it will make that Friday show where it's not as long. It won't be 30 minutes anymore. It'll be closer to about 10, 15 minutes, which will make it easier to watch. And then on the other channel, it'll be about the same thing. It'll be, but we're not going to jam pack it with DIYs. We'll have a DIY. We'll have a recipe.
Kind of like what we were doing here, really. Yes. We're just going to do it on 2 channels instead of 1 channel because the algorithms can't keep up with us.
Now, this week, it's only going to be crafting. Because we are in the transition part, we're going to keep the recipe. So let's see, today's what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm so
So
messed up.
tomorrow there will be
Yeah.
like an introductory thing that's going to be on Fabulously Made Home.
Mhm.
And there will be a video go live. We'd love for you to go watch it. And then we'll point you over then on the next day, which is Friday, over here for the rest of the story.
Yeah.
Who used to say that? Paul what was his name?
Harvey.
Paul Harvey. I used to
Paul
love him.
Harvey,
So if you want, you start out on one channel, and then if you want the rest of the story, come back over here on Friday.
All right. Well, I think we've bent y'all's ear long enough.
I think so.
We covered what we needed to cover. We've established we're going to finish the book, and we will see y'all back here next week.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for
Great week.
stopping by.